That was just right, just correct, thinking, guessing, hoping. I told you that's gonna be hard. Hi guys, my name is Anna. I hope you know that, but if you don't, I have my Telegram channel, which is completely free, and we trade together right there on binary options. I have 12 signals a day in my Telegram channel, so just proceed, check it out, and let's go. Hi guys, here's me, Anna. We're just going into this autumn and I'm getting a little bit, I don't know, like sleepy, a little bit more sad, but trying just to battle that with all these activities that I have, with all this work that I love. But sometimes I'm just like, I want to just cuddle, be under the blanket, and that's it. So we're gonna try. I don't know, I chose the worst strategy to be calm and nice, strategy which is actually the indicator that I kind of hate. So I'll try myself, just to be more, I don't know, fresh and less sleepy. So let's try. Guys, this is the starting point, just as always. 500s and almost 50 is gonna be the start. Just what's left. Let's gonna call it like that. Bear's power gonna be the first one to use. 7, just 7, as you know, it's gonna be the period. Volume oscillator, which I kind of something hate. And the fractal. So I'm not actually predicting that it's gonna be the easy trade, and we're gonna be using 10 seconds, which is getting, and it's making everything more complicated. And with this volume oscillator, I already even been testing that, I get so how to say that correctly, pissed off is actually not the best words for that, but actually that's been like that, because I was like, why just on earth you've been created? But anyway, we're not gonna be, I don't know, we're not gonna be losing our hopes, and gonna start with this one. And how about this one? We're gonna be, I think, Ryzen. And look at that. Bear's power just located at the highest part of its actual chart. And you can see that this is just the ground level. This is just the 0 level. And we do predict that's going to be the Ryzen. I know that Fractal just gave me we're going to be ending with this support trend. But what I'm actually hoping for, we having these patterns of getting downward and getting upward, and my expectation was that we may continue a little bit, because the Fractal just gave us, we ended, girl, we ended with this upward trend. So I've been thinking we're gonna be a little bit, but going downward and then gonna get upward. So 1 minute is gonna be just enough to have the end of this trend and the beginning, or just the full trend. And even if we're now a little bit risking to get more downward, that's going to be just fine, because the timing is perfect. I don't think the Bear's power was the key indicator right there, but you actually also notice that Bear's power were reacting on the candles a lot. And we cannot tell, we cannot say that it's perfectly for the prognosis. Let's try one more. And just proceeding, I'm gonna be raising the bat, but making this as an upward one again. Bear's power showing to us we're gonna be rising. Fractal gave us the downward trend just ended. And the only question that is kind of crucial right there, are this upward trend gonna be the long one or the short one? Because previous fluctuation were kind of short, 3 candles right here, 3 candles right there, and this is 10 seconds candle, so that wasn't long. And now just detecting that we're getting extremely at the bottom, which is not ending, just thinking, watching, and trying to give you something that we're gonna be under the volume oscillator with. But I don't know. No, it's getting fine. That was just right, just correct. That was a little bit vice versa with all the situations that we've seen before. But anyway, that's just worked out. Yeah. there's not even an indicator that can give us the big tendency. Are we getting or upward? Are we getting or downward? Because the fractal is a little bit like reacting on this situation, on the actual situation, which is just going on. But, okay, let's try one more. I told you that's going to be hard. Look at this volume oscillator. Just showing to us that it's going to be the big and the massive fallen. And this is nothing. That's just ended. This is nothing for me because I think we got to get upward. I mean, it's going to be just the changing. We've been trying to get as low as we can. And you can see that actually been happening before. And now we're just going to be rising. I don't know, instead. Let's see. That's just, I don't know, me being speechless because there's nothing much I can comment on. It's without any comment, and you cannot, even if you're going to be following, I don't know, and watching this video again and again and again, you're going to be just like, what's that? How she made this decision? What's that, I don't know, based on? Nothing. That is just looking at the chart, thinking, guessing, hoping, and nothing much about that volume oscillator or anything like that. Let's try it better. And right there, we already just detected that trend that we had. So yeah, I think we're going to be continuing rising. And look at these candles actually on the chart. This is a little bit weird looking, right? Just because these candles are kind of something in unequal sizes. That's weird. Right there, and massively, because of the burst power, I think we have the upward trend. I mean, the whole chart is just rising. And you can see that even the sliding, like a letter, I don't know, like a little holes. I don't know how to say it correctly. Because when you see the whole picture of the chart, sometimes it's helping. And me trying to give you lots of the words that actually is not, you know, in the theory of that. I don't know, in the practice of some other traders, just to name it and to label it. Because it is helping to see what's going on, the full picture. Maybe this is just the beliefs that the market has some direction, some meaning, some place to go, some plan to be, or maybe this is a delusion, but actually it is kind of helpful, especially when you don't have any clear signs from any helpers indicators. Right there, we are at the peak. So the first one that you just gotta see from that chart, from that situation right there, no indicators checked, we are kind of at the peak. And we need just to be sure that this peak is gonna be the peak, not the middle. And right there, we got these first signs, such as already orange candle, that it's giving to us an impression that it's gonna be starting. At least it's gonna be the stage, the plateau. And by now, I think we can expect the big, like the good, you know, the good falling right there, because the previous hills, the previous patterns were actually kind of a long one. It wasn't like a few candles on the small period of time. No, that was the big, nice hills, and we're just going to be playing like that. So my expectation right there, and plus bearish power right there, is just proving that. So out of these indicators, bearish power, which is in many strategies, just like the indicator that I'm going to be ignoring, or at least going to be checking that, I don't know, maybe the last one or something like that. Right there, working just perfectly, because giving us a little bit more info about how that market, how that chart gonna be just behaving. That's it. And that's it. I can't tell you that I've been actually so excited or got so much pleasure from it. No, it's been complicated because you need to make the right decision out of no signs. Then you need to explain that for your dear followers and trying to keep it real, to keep it, I don't know, to keep it like that anybody but you could actually understand that. And criticizing the strategy, which is making all this video a little bit like, why do you make it at all? But Anyway, that's trading, that's the different strategies, different indicators, and just want to remind you that if you want to get more, something better, I have much better videos than this one. You can actually find me in my Telegram channels, and all the links just right there below the video or in my bio.